You got one life, for crying out loud. You might as well just give it all you got.
The Deej, Dan Jordan.
Your daily dose of reality. Your daily dose of the Deej.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I need my daily dose of the Deej.
I make the news. I don't watch the news. I'm a leader.
The Sales Energizer, Dan Jordan.
Listen, don't worry how to sell, baby. Worry about why people buy. And it's fun.
You don't need a 5-hour energy. All you need is the Sales Energizer.
Just when I think it's not going to be as fun as the one before, each one gets successfully better. What's the word I'm looking for? What's it going to take to get you into this car today, huh?
And now, please welcome the Sales Energizer, Dan Jordan.
Boom! That's exactly it.
Do that. Let's do that. And here we go again, baby. This is it. I'm telling you what. I don't know what it is. You know what? I'm telling you, Chris Stone, my life has changed this year in a billion different ways, but none more than this. Ooh, I look at the whole Christmas out. Do you
like that? I love it.
Yes. Was that the surprise you were talking about?
This is the festive version of Dan Jordan Live. So if you're joining us, I mean, where else would you rather be in general on a Wednesday in the middle of the day with 3 more days of selling? Then here on Dan Jordan Live. Started a little bit late, so we're getting hit up with all these messages like, I thought you guys were going live, but you know what? It's sometimes in live video you don't start on time.
I am so impressed. I can't stop looking at this. This is great. I'm all for Blungit now because I had a whole area that I was going.
But I love it. I love it. I stumped him.
Yeah, this is another edition of good things that have happened this year. But a big change recently, this whole empty nesting business. Oh, where has this been my whole life? I mean, it's amazing. And the weird thing is no one ever calls it a nest until it's empty, I mean, it's not like, I'm going home to my nest. No one does that. So anyway, it's an empty nest. I'm telling you, it's like rediscovering, life without children. It's excellent. And then you have like these relationships with these grown-ups who used to be your kids, and it's like totally different and better. It just, everything's good. And I'm starting to think back to like upbringing and the whole thing with the kids. And I realized it was great in every stage. It's like you never have to say, I'm worried if this is going to end, because the next stage is always better. It's just like your business. It's just like sale. That's why I love the sales world, because every day you have an opportunity to grow and change. You could change it on a dime, like you. I remember you were at the beginning of the year compared to where you are now, Chris Stone.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, you talked about it earlier about how your life has changed. My life has changed the moment that I met Dan Jordan, and I walked up to him and I said, I wonder if you could help me.
Yeah.
Because I learned the 7 magic words from Dan Jordan on that fateful day at RUMC and Roswell, Georgia. And I appreciate you and thankful for paying for the lights that are here on Dan Jordan.
Vice versa. It's been terrific. And that's the beauty of sales and really just the free market system, is that it's whatever you earn, whatever anybody out there, you watching this, whatever you earn, however huge you get, however successful you get, you're not taking 1 penny away from me or Chris Stone or from anybody. We live in a country and a society that is an ever-expanding pie, and it just keeps on growing, meaning that if you take a sliver, you're not taking any away from anyone else. And it's glorious, and it's magical that we're alive in this time, in this world, and be able to do this here virtually. Yeah. And we have a guest.
We do.
Yes.
We absolutely do.
And I love this woman. And I met her many years ago. And I'll say this: what I love most about her is her name, because her last name is Hastings. And secretly, I always wanted to be a Hastings, because it sounds like it could either be like the Lord of Hastings, it's like, it sounds like a real noble name, or it could be a butler. Hey, Hastings, can get my coat.
Oh yeah.
Hastings, so it's like a butler and it's just
it works for either or, first name, last name.
It works for everything. Now, she's a wonderful woman. She and her husband both have their own businesses. They're small business operators. They're adding to the community. They're constantly working and making life better for everybody and all their clients and friends. And I'm just so pleased to have her on the show. So without any further ado, please help me welcome my friend, Renee Hastings. Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
Look at that. And she did you see how she did the arm thing there? Here's something that I know, because I'm a keen observer of the language of the body language. The reason why is, so I told her earlier, listen, when you come on, first thing, arms in the air. But of course, Chris Stone and I forgot, and she did it, arms in the air. But when she saw that we didn't do it, she kind of pulled it down a little bit. Oh, am I doing it wrong? And then when
that was our bad, Renee. That was our bad. It's like, we told you something. It was like, was that a trick? Right? Yeah. But have you ever had an intro like that in your life, Renee? Have you ever?
Never. It was the absolute best. Okay. The absolute best intro ever.
Well, it's true. So here's the thing. Renee makes people, we talked about, how your life being better and all that. So Renee makes your business life better, because she started this virtual assistant world, and it's really awesome with that. And we can get into that whole business after, but I want to ask you a question first, because I've done a lot of research on you. Oh, she's nervous. Look at everybody gets nervous.
Okay. Where's he going with this?
Yeah. No, well, I want to know, and this is, because you, in your business, you deal with a lot of different personalities.
I do.
And I have been told that I'm difficult to work for. Well, listen, and so you could analyze me later, and it's okay. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. But I want to know, have you ever had any people that you just like couldn't work with? Like you could never make them happy. And was that your fault or their fault? Like, tell me a good story.
Okay. Wow. What a great question. So thank you for that. And we have, in our years of business, had several different clients that I could probably pull from. And there is one client that kind of comes to mind. We originally started out with a plan of, we got together, we strategized, we talked about what the plan was going to be, how it was going to roll out, her dedicated VA, what they were going to do, that sort of thing. And there came a time when the quality of the work that she was giving us was less than awesome. And even though we would, edit things and make them look so much better, reword them, make sure that the grammar was correct, the punctuation was correct, everything was fine. Somehow, by the time it actually went live, like she had maybe someone else take a look at it, and it went and was broadcast to the world, there were all of these other typos in it, and these other mistakes that we didn't make, because we made sure it looked good and sounded good when we gave it to her. And then when it went out to the world and was broadcast on the internet or online, it was not an accurate reflection of our work. Someone else had gotten hold of it and done something with it, and it didn't look good.
Well, and so that's exactly where I'm going, because I've always wanted to, people always told, listen, get a virtual assistant, it'll make your life so much easier. But nobody counts the challenge with the people who have to hire the virtual assistant, because we're nervous. We don't know how to work with you. We don't know what to give you. We don't know how you can make our life easier. And we don't, and so we'll make mistakes like that. Say, I don't know, we'll show it to our friends. Is this good? And then they change it. And then we blame you.
Right. Like, so needless to say, because that kept happening and because it did reflect on us, I considered it a wise step for us to part ways because she wouldn't let me see it before it actually went live. So I could make any necessary corrections because we operate at a very high level of excellence and take quite a bit of pride in the work that we do. And so because it reflected poorly on the business, and I didn't want that out there. And so I decided to discontinue our relationship.
So you fire clients?
Yeah, unfortunately, we have had to do that. We will do everything we can to work together to communicate and say, hey, we're happy to, take one last look at this, or, make sure that it, looks, represents your company in the best way, because that's what we're here for. We're here to make sure you're represented well. But, I don't know.
So
Her time
how do you
just
do
got
that
taken.
how do you, there's a million virtual assistant companies, and there's a lot of overseas people that will do it for, I just got an email today, in fact, where some of their virtual assistants, they'll work for $5 an hour, and they'll do all sorts of stuff. So how do you compete with that?
Well, that's a great question, and
That's two, by the way, Chris Stone, if you're counting, that's two great questions already.
You're full of
we could quit the show right now, or at least kick him out, Renee, and you and I can talk.
There you go. Well, all I can say to that is you get what you pay for. And because when I was first starting my business, I actually went to some of those $5 VAs and thinking, oh, no, they can help me, build my business and get started. Well, I spent more time editing and undoing and rewriting the things that I had assigned them to do. That I was like, I could have just done this myself so much quicker and saved myself $5. So it just wasn't worth it for me to enlist that kind of service. And so now the VAs on my team are very well paid VAs, and they show it that they are very high quality. They have a high standard of excellence. They have years of experience. They are here in the US, and they're awesome.
So how does somebody know that they are ready for a virtual assistant? How do they know their business is to the point that it could benefit? And for my sake, put it in terms of math. In other words, I want to know, if my time, if my time is valued right now at $20 an hour, it's not worth it for me to hire somebody for $40 an hour or something. But if my time is worth $120 an hour, it's probably worth it for more. So how do I know I'm ready for you?
So the biggest way that you know that you are ready for me is when you find yourself spending more time on those things that don't make you money. So if you are spending time making phone calls, checking emails, trying to get together with other busy people, and you are at that $120 an hour level, that's something that someone else can take off of your plate and handle for you. So all you have to do is just keep the wheels turning according to how you get scheduled by the VA that's on your team and partnering with you, that you join forces, and she or he, whatever VA gets assigned to you, puts all of those plans in motion, and you just kind of follow step. and you just do kind of whatever is in the schedule.
Really? So who do you suggest? What types of people best use you? Are they solo operators, or are they just people in any office job that needs help?
Actually, we have some clients on all levels. So we've got senior level executives that are presidents and CEOs of nonprofits. We've got senior level executives at PR firms. Any industry, number one, can use a virtual assistant, and any level of executive can use a virtual assistant. And any business owner is considered an executive because they're running their own business. They're trying to, create new products and services or relationships and enhancing their communities, creating opportunities for other people. Anyone who's trying to do something can use a VA.
So what does it look like? What does my day look like with one of your average VAs? I come into the I come in the morning at well, in my case at 05:30, but
after
say,
300 push-ups.
Yeah, let's say a mortal man comes into the office at at 8:30. What does their day look like?
Well, and that varies. It depends on what is happening that week. So usually the executives will get together with their VAs on a regular basis, whether it's daily, whether it's every couple days, but they put together a plan of what they want to have happen, all the meetings that they need to have scheduled, what presentations they need, any kind of meeting prep that they have, and they rely on their VA to get them ready for their meetings.
Okay. So I spoke to somebody and they're interested in getting started. I need a proposal sent out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you need a proposal sent out.
Yeah.
You send an email to your VA and you say, hey, awesome VA, I have a proposal to send out. These are the details. Plug them in. Send me back a draft by noon today. And your VA responds on it or got it or something to that effect to let you know and acknowledge your request. And then they get it back to you within the deadline. And then you have your proposal.
And just like that. And you said something about emails too. So they go through my emails?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because if you're like
my personal emails, they'll know.
They can go through your personal emails, your business emails, because sometimes people get connections or develop relationships through LinkedIn, through their own personal emails, through their business website, contact pages. All of these flood your inbox. They completely and totally flood your inbox. And sometimes people are just trying to sell things, or they found you somewhere and they're just trying to get you to donate to something, or whatever that looks like. Your VA can go through and prioritize your inbox and move out the things that you don't need to look at, or move the things you do need to look at into an important folder.
Whoa,
so that
seems like a lot of that's giving a lot of autonomy to people. But I think we talked about it earlier. Like anybody can jump on Fiverr or all of these things and say, oh well, here's a virtual assistant I can pay next to nothing that lives in who knows where. You don't know who that person is. You don't have an understanding. And so what I really liked about when I went and saw your site and looked through it, I think the first thing that I saw, the word that jumped out of me at that website that really resonated with me was dependability. And, so a lot of people will say, well, I just have all of this work to do and I just want to grab a virtual assistant and then pile as much as I can pile onto them for as little amount of money as possible. Right. And you said you're going to get what you pay for, but that person, the value of a company like yours is understanding what Dan Jordan does, or understanding what Chris Stone does, or whatever your business is, no matter what level, and really working within it so that you can trust them to say, I want, go through my inbox. You understand what I need to have done. I don't have time for it. And that amount of money is completely and totally worth it. It's the value that a company like yours can bring with the people that you've fired to get to the point where you have these quality people that are. So how important is it to what are the valuable things for the people, for the VAs that are a part of executive help now? What do you prioritize in terms of the people you bring on when they're a part of your team?
I love that question because the first thing that comes to my mind is dependability.
Good.
So the VAs on our team are passionate. They are passionate about what they do. They love what they do, and they know what it means to be a true partner to an executive. And it's because of that relationship that they are always having their bosses back. So they know how to protect their boss, how to protect the client, from overcommitting themselves. To if the client says, "Well, I want to do this, this, and this, and I want to do this, this, and that," and we say, "Well, hold on, you're doing this, and then you're doing this. Are you sure this is really what you want to do?" But it's because of that relationship and that dependability, and because of our experience, our years of experience doing this, that we can truly pride ourselves on what we do and kind of set ourselves apart from the rest.
Yeah, and I love how you have your team members on here. Each one of them has a little bio, so you can kind of like, if I'm interested in, maybe Della is more along, this is like so you have all of their traits here, and you can kind of pick, and know that the core values of what you have. And these testimonials, when I found out, Dana, when I read through these testimonials, people are saying, Renee encourages me to be a better person. Like, it's not like, hey, this person helped me clear out my inbox. This person helped me do whatever. This person helped me be a better person.
Yeah, that's generally the theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing that we're doing. That's the whole thing. Well, do you still have clients, or do you still have people that you serve, or are you above it all now? Renee Hastings.
Well, I stay engaged in all of my relationships. So, and that's the way I view them, as relationships. Because
how does your husband feel about that?
He understands. He's a top priority.
Oh, okay.
But so the clients that we have, because of the intimacy of the partnership that we have, it's not like it's something we do. These are the people whose lives we help improve their lives and change their lives.
Well, so how do you do that? How does somebody pick somebody? Because this is like a long-term, this is like dating.
Yes, it is.
This is, and then you feel bad. How do you find out if Della or Izzy or what was his, Hermione or whoever was there?
Well, so the first thing I do when I'm meeting someone for the first time is I get to know them. I spend a little bit of time with them. I try to assess their personality, their kind of quirks, their likes, their dislikes. I find out really what it is that they're looking for, not just on a task basis.
Oh, so hold on. Let's do that for the car buying public here. So who do you think would be right for me?
I think
let's do a mock little meeting, that you're a discovery meeting, and you find out who's perfect for me.
He's trying to get a free consultation call.
That's right.
That's how this
what
works.
I need.
Well, first of all, I would want to know, what are your needs? What is taking up the time?
I don't know what I need. If I knew what I needed, I'd be able to get it that quickly. I don't know. All I know is I wake up at 3:30 and I go to bed at 9 o'clock. And what happens in between those two things? No idea. It just happens.
Okay, then you need a business partner to help you not only strategize, but also put those things in order and put processes in place so that you have some structure and not just doing 50 million things that may or may not be benefiting you and your business.
That's right.
She's good.
So
she's good.
Yeah. That was the perfect thing.
Yeah.
But that's true. I don't know what yeah. All right, hotshot. So where do we start?
Okay,
that's the problem.
Yes, we start by just talking. We just talk, and you tell me about your day. What does your day look like? Okay, yeah, you wake up at 3 a.m. Yeah, you go to bed at 9 at night. What happens in between? What do you want to have happen? What doesn't happen?
Unlike rest of the world, I have a Franklin plan, so I'll tell you exactly what I do. Let's start.
Have you ever seen one of those out in the wild, Renee?
Yes.
They still use them.
Yeah.
It's not 1982. This
Here's
is
what-
about to be 2022.
Let me tell you something.
Franklin Planner.
All right, listen,
It is great to see some things on paper, right?
Here's the thing. People think it's a day timer. This is a sales tool. Let me put it here. This is a sales tool. When I'm in an office in front of somebody and and you say, this is what you say when you're in a meeting. Hey, is it okay if I take notes? Of course they say yes, but it makes them think that you're like a big note taker. So then I whip out Mr. Franklin here and I go like this. And then I laugh to myself and I say, if I don't write everything down, I forget everything. I go, look at this. Floss and brush. I have to write that in there and I check it off. And what I just did was told them that I am the most disciplined, detail-oriented bastard they're ever going to meet. And I just jumped up the ladder. This is a sales tool, people. All right.
Yes,
so,
I get it. I totally
with
get
that
it.
said,
even if he doesn't use it, it's just there as a prop.
So
right?
let's go this morning,
right.
3:30, and then from 3:30 to 4:30, personal workout and meditation, and then I get ready, and then planning and solitude. I drive into the office. I get into the office 5:30. I write in my journal. I write in the Franklin, so I plan my day. I make a morning video, and then I upload that whole thing, and then do my emails, and then at 8:30 I have a call with my virtual assistant, Ginger.
Okay, great. Okay.
And then the whole day goes on from there, and 8:30, and so I'm pretty good at kind of organizing my day. But when I don't finish something, it gets an arrow, and then it goes over to the next day, and it might have 3 weeks of arrows.
Okay.
No project, because the thing that you want to do the least kind of never gets done. And those things are generally like putting together proposals, presentations, and that kind of stuff. So
So if you have a task that has more than 1 or 2 arrows, then you give that to your VA.
Boom.
There, you've answered my question.
Boom.
That's
Dan,
what they do.
in your face.
Yeah.
That's it.
But what she doesn't do is close me right there. That's what I would have done. So what you do is when the 2 or 3 hours. So
does that
when
sound
would
good?
you like me to? So who would you hook me up with, knowing my personality, in your cadre of virtual assistants? Christone, can you pull up her side of the web again? Okay. Look at that. Okay, here.
Site of the web.
So
would it be Jessica or Ashley or Kim or Soraya or Kate?
Jessica. It would absolutely be Jessica.
Jessica.
Well,
Yes.
Jessica's
Let's
a
read up about
go-getter who's
Jessica.
always ready to take on new challenges. Okay, Jessica, I'm here to tell you, this is the challenge like no other. Right here.
Yeah.
Seasoned administrative specialist who loves learning new things. With over 5 years of administrative support experience, Jessica has worked in various fields for teams ranging from tens to hundreds of employees. Jessica's main drive is to partner with executives to lighten their load, like Dan Jordan, to make their lives better. She graduated her bachelor's in interdisciplinary studies in 2018. I bet Dan can't say that
What does
5
that
times
mean?
fast. Her focuses were psychology. Wow, you're going to really put that one into
out.
play here with Dan. And biology, which helps her relate to others and meet their administrative and operational needs.
Oh,
in the
that's
best
good.
way
One of my
possible. She does
clients, we
sound
need to
good.
dissect a frog. That'll be perfect. Yeah, she's
See, challenge.
She's very good. Well, no, that's excellent. And different people get different. And if I need to switch, or if it's not, how do I know? Actually, that's a good question. How do you know when it's not working out?
Well, that's when, so you and I, as the client and as the partners, will continue to meet on a regular basis. So whether we'll start out meeting once a week, and I will continue to touch base and say, hey, how's everything going? Is everything working out? So we continue to stay in communication. And if there's something that you're needing that you're not getting, I'll, number one, use it as a coaching opportunity, and then give it a little bit more time. And if it still doesn't work, then I will find you a different VA that does check all of the boxes.
And if I'm not growing out of it, let's say I'm having a problem with them, so I don't necessarily have to go to them and confront them.
No. It's you and me, babe.
That's you and
No.
me.
Yeah, it's you
Now,
and
how
me.
many people is Jessica dealing with now? And she's just going to add me, to this on the scrap heap with all the others.
Great question.
No, that's the thing. When I am making the match between the client and the VA, I ensure they have capacity. So that's one of the things that I find out from you is exactly how much time do you think you might need? How many hours do you think you might need virtual support? And then when I'm reaching out to my team,
gig, so I don't have to pay for 40 hours.
no way. You just pay for what you need.
Well,
That's all.
won't most people say, well, this is what I need them to do, and it's only going to take a couple of hours. But then the VA gets into it and is like, well, it's actually going to be this many hours. And so how does that, because if you're paying by hour, it's sort of like, because here's issues that Dan and I run into all the time.
Yeah.
What we do sometimes looks we like to make it look easy, right? This show that you're watching right now looks easy. It's not easy. And it's taken years and lots of hours to get to the point to where we could do what we want to do. And so when somebody sees it, they can go, well, you could just do my show and it'll only be this much, or it'll only be this many hours. Well, that's not what you're worth, right? Because whether or not it takes that many hours, it probably takes more than that. So what about that sort of discussion in terms of, oh, well, this will only take this many hours, and then you find out it takes more? Like, how does that work out with clients?
So what happens is the way our structure works is with packages. So we have a range of packages for the client to choose from, and the packages are based on hours. And if you come and we have a conversation, you say, oh, I only need like 10 hours a month. And you tell me all of the different things you need, I may ask you to think again about what you really need and to find out, is that really the best package for you? Because if you go over, then you're going to have to end up paying for another package. And so why not just start out where it makes the most sense? And then and that's how that works. And then we assess it for a little while and we see, are you using the hours? Are you not using the hours? Are you using more hours? And so then you and I would have that conversation. So the packages are paid in advance. And if you're going through your package every week, then, we don't want to have to continue, billing you every week. And so just if we put you in the right place from the beginning, then that's less time spent for both of us on administrative things.
So it's and I pay you, I don't pay Jessica.
Correct.
Okay, so they're employees of you. Oh yeah, it's like a real business.
Yeah. Just like that.
That's a real business.
It is a real business.
No, well, it's true. Well, I mean, people want to know because this is one of those things you can start up right away, and you have these people, and you're basically getting your people from Fiverr and Upworks and those other things, and you're outsourcing everything. This is a real. These people are qualified. Qualified people, and because of that, they can do things quicker. Like Kristen, put up the outline that you made earlier for the Christmas festivities for this. So
we want to get festive, don't we?
Yes. So that the whole thing, that movement and all that stuff, which it looks really cool or what have you, it took him a while to do that. But because of his experience, he's done it. And now if he gets another client, they think, well, heck, just use the same thing. But man, now you're paying for the experience, not the hours. It's like Picasso. Picasso, the famous Picasso story where he wanted to charge somebody. He signed a napkin and he gave it to the guy, and the guy said, "Oh, let me pay you for it." And he said, "It's $10,000." And he says, "Just take it for free, otherwise it's $10,000." And he goes, $10,000? You just signed your name. You just did a little scribble. And he goes, "Yeah, it took 30 years to be able to make that little scribble."
That's right. So you pay for the experience,
right? Because then they can do things faster and they can do it better the first time, and you don't have to complain with all that. The challenges, but you're right. Grammar's a big deal, and misspellings.
Oh, that is just the worst. Absolutely.
It makes you look so unprofessional. You could say the most, scientifically accurate, wonderful, contemplating the Big Bang Theory and the creation of the universe. But you have one misspelled word, they think you're an idiot.
Right. Exactly.
You lose it all with like one EI instead of IE.
And you've got all the grammar police that are out there and are like, well, it's they or not there. And you're like, oh, please.
Right. Or you need a comma here.
Right. I think this is, super smart. Obviously now, there's a ton of people that have left their jobs because of the past few years and have started their own businesses. And Dan always talks about sales army of one. And even if you are employed at a particular company with a job, you're doing something else to help bulletproof your career and the creator economy. And so having a virtual assistant is something. What would you say to someone, whether they're someone like me, an entrepreneur or whatever, and they're overwhelmed and they just don't even have the time to decide what they need to allot to a virtual assistant. It's like, boy, I just really wish I could get to this. I could get to this. I could get to this. But they're too head down in their work and they can't pause. They can't stop doing what they're doing. And then, you have to be able to tell the VA, like, this is what I want. That sounds like more work,
right?
As well. So that sort of conversation, that mindset of working with someone who is an entrepreneur that may not have like the high level ability. So like, how do you work with people maybe from a 10,000 foot view and say, hey, let's pull this apart and really work on this for you to see how this works? Like, how does that conversation work?
So that conversation looks a lot like calendar blocking. So even though you have 50 million things that you're doing, schedule me 30 minutes on Monday at 10 o'clock. No matter what you're doing, this is my time. When you and I get together, we're going to have an already prepared agenda, and this is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about this thing that you're working on, this thing that needs to get done, that thing that needs to get done. You're going to fill me in on all the details, and then I'm going to take that off your plate. You will not have to worry about that. And then you're going to focus on this, that, and the other thing. So,
I just got chills. I mean, I just felt a wave of anxiety just fall off my body. Yeah, that's tremendous, because there's another aspect to what you said, Christone, which is very astute, which was you and I and many people like us, and maybe I'll just talk about myself because I'm about to say something bad.
Yeah, you probably should.
Okay, we think, though I express all this magnanimous gifting to everybody else, I kind of think I'm the most important person in the world. And I think nobody could be nearly as creative as me, and nobody could do this stuff as well as I do. It's very hard to dish that off, because the creatives that you do is your, I mean, it's part of you. Yeah. And if you give that away to somebody, you're also giving away a little, well, maybe I'm not that important. So there's that ego thing. No, there's that ego thing that you have to kind of, to grow, you have to realize, you're not, don't get too big for your britches. Oh, I see you're chomping at the bit, Renee. Go ahead. Go ahead and beat me down while I'm here.
What if you look at it like, instead of you being the most awesome creative, but look at it more as an opportunity for someone else to carry on your legacy.
Boom.
Okay. So your people actually can do the creatives?
Oh, absolutely. We have social media managers who love engagement and who love being doing the creative design, the content management, the creative design, the graphic designs, scheduling, all of the
really marketing. Can they funnels,
marketing,
landing pages?
Yes, all of that. And they're amazing.
You know, why did it take you 35 minutes to get to your actual, biggest sales point here? I mean, putzing around here.
No, our
Hastings.
team is so talented, Dan. They are
Yeah.
so talented. And if you had an opportunity to see some of the work that they could do and how quickly they pick up on things and how our clients just say, I'm so glad to be able to get home and have dinner with my family again. That's just so rewarding for us. And we're just so good and we love it. We actually just thrive on that kind of feedback. So, yeah. And
so do you have any, I'm sure you don't have any right now. I should have asked you to bring some, but I saw your testimonials, but maybe some examples of some pieces that your people have put out.
Yes.
In terms of PDFs or presentations or I guess the social media posts and whatever.
Yes. So I have an Instagram page that is managed by our social media manager, one of our social media managers.
Oh, well, if you give us that name, you would not believe the magic that's about to happen.
So Executive Help Now is our Instagram handle.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there it is. And then we also have our Facebook page. And all of this content is created by our manager, our social media manager. And he's just phenomenal. And there's one post that he did that said, text VANOW to 1-866-943-34 something.
Hang on, I'm having to.
I should know that number by heart.
Here.
Okay.
All right, so there you go. There's
which one are you talking?
It says,
am I looking for Facebook or Instagram here?
No, Instagram, and there is a post where if you text VA Now, we give you some tips on how to work best with a virtual assistant, or when is the best time to schedule a post. Those are products that were created by our team members that has gotten a lot of feedback, lots of really great support.
Well, that is terrific.
I'm looking for maybe the call to action on the post isn't text the number.
Yes, it is. So, and it's one of those. Let's see, is it that one?
Can you click on any of them and then it'll probably be a call to action somewhere?
One of the
I don't even know how Instagram works. What do you?
Oh, it is one of the more recent ones? Okay.
Yeah, one of the more recent ones. And let's see, hold on.
Oh, here it is. VA Now to here it is.
Yes, that's it.
Text Van Now.
All right, let me get that on the screen for us. Yeah. If there's anybody who will text something right now, and then he'll cold call whoever replies.
So I am going to. So so how do I do this? Text. I go to text. And I'm going to go to that number 1-866-943-3591. 3591. And then in here, I'm going to write Van Now. VAN.
Only one N.
Well, yep. This is what I get for doing 100 things. I must need a VA.
Thank you.
Oh, it says Canoe. Oh, it corrected it to Canoe.
Yes. So, yeah. Text VANOW. There you go. 943-3591.
All right, I did it.
And you will get your very own sample.
Oh, I got something. Look at that. I got something. Okay.
It's a gift. It's a holiday miracle.
How do you know when you're ready for virtual assistant? Let us show you. Enter your email address. All right,
well, I'm following on Instagram now. These are great looking posts.
Dan
so which one on the team does these? Or is it shared? That's Kim. Great job, Kim.
Why? So you're gonna shuffle me off to Jessica when Kim is the winner here?
Well, see, we have to have a conversation about your specific needs. Do you need a digital content manager, or do you need more of virtual administrative support? So that would all come out of our conversation.
I need more mental health support.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Well, I don't know if we can help you with that. We're good sounding boards. How about that?
Yes. Well, I was telling you earlier, so I'm a new empty nester. This is the greatest thing in the world, except now I'm loud and I woke up my wife in the morning now.
Well,
so,
and that's how this all got started, Dan. I'm not sure if you remember, but when
no.
I became an empty nester, I had all this time on my hands and
Uh-huh.
all these skills that I just had available to use. And so I was like, well, let me just see what I can do to build a business doing what I already knew and what I already love to do.
Well, so that's
And
great. So let me ask you this though. So how's your relationship with your husband since you've empty nested?
our relationship is amazing
Oh,
because
really?
we do get to do so much more together. And we don't have to, it's like when the kids go away, you get
Yeah.
an instant raise because you're not spending nearly as much money on food. You can take more vacations.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so it is truly
Well, that's good.
fantastic.
Yeah,
I
we're
love being
finding
an
the
empty
same thing.
nester.
It's like very, very rewarding that we get back together. Well, this has been great. I know we got started a little late, but I think it was all worth it. I see you look very festive. Chris Stone, everybody looks better with fern leaves and lights
Yes,
above
I
their head.
agree.
How about
That's
this
a
one?
great
That way
job.
we won't cut off her beautiful hair. That way, but I've got trees in front of my
Yeah,
face.
you
That's
got-
okay.
and you
It
get them
looks
moving
fabulous.
too. They're animated.
I love it. Yeah.
That's
Good
that's
job, Chris.
unbelievable. Well, this is terrific. I really appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to learning. If someone doesn't call me or send an email, I'm going to be ticked off
Well, if you
at your
check
mark.
your text right now, you should have a link that you can click on that takes you to the document.
Yeah,
It
Dan.
takes me to a what?
To the document and how to work with a VA. So
Yeah,
check your
but that's
text
a bunch of
messages.
garbage. Here's what happened: is when I did
Garbage.
this. Yes, you're going to give me this stuff, but now you have my telephone number and my email address. If I don't get a phone call from somebody in your organization, there's a big problem. And so
Well, I can guarantee you that will not happen.
that you're
You
not
will
going
be
to.
getting a phone call. No, you will
Okay.
be getting a phone call.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Well, this is terrific. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming. Chris Stone, you have just, you blow my mind every time. Just when you think it can't get any better, it just gets a little better. He keeps upping his game. And that's what
Chris,
it is.
you're
And I think that's what we
amazing.
all need to do here. 2022 is going to be the best year for anybody who's in our circle of people. And
Yes.
Renee Hastings, you are officially in the circle of winners.
Yoo-hoo! Yes.
So I wish nothing but good things to happen to you all for the rest of your lives. Eat well, live long, and prosper. Renee Hastings, stick around after we get done with this. Eat
Awesome,
well,
I
live long,
will.
and prosper. And you guys are the best. Go get them today.
Go get them.
Thank you, Dan.